Hi, my name's Dan Oerther, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about Pula Cloud. A number of years ago, myself and some of my collaborators were working on projects in development. Specifically, we were trying to bring access to water and sanitation, medical facilities, and school buildings to small communities in other countries. Thinking about places like India, or areas like Sub-Saharan Africa, or Central and South America. We learned a lot from these activities. We had a lot of fun. We had great opportunities to help people, but we learned a couple of really important governing principles or life lessons. And two of those were the need to have sustainable plans for our programs and the need to be working in partnership with the communities that were interesting to us. And so sustainability can basically be summed up in the catchphrase, would you rather give a man a fish or teach a man to fish? Would you feed him for the day or would you give him a career for long term? And one of the things we always would do in our projects to have sustainability was to look for ways that we could actually teach people to fish. And of course, economics is one of the ways you do that. Giving people access or helping people find access to gainful employment is one of the ways that you help teach them to fish. So when you're going to create a sustainable program, it's important to think about how do you teach people to fish. The second part is partnership. And long ago, a mentor told me you've got 2 eyes and 2 ears and only 1 mouth. So when you go into a place to work with folks, put your hands in your pocket and look a lot and listen a lot and speak very little. Partnership isn't about coming in and telling people what you know and therefore they should do. And that was what was interesting about a lot of our projects. We tended to focus on the things we knew, how to make better access to water, or better access to sanitation, or medical facilities, or better schools. All noble pursuits. But one of the things we were missing early on in this partnership was what did the people there really want? And not just what were they telling us they want, but what were they actually interested in? And that's where Pula Cloud comes in. So Pula Cloud is the idea of helping teach a person to fish, looking for giving them gainful employment or helping them find gainful employment, but doing it in a way that's based on a partnership. Pula Cloud is about taking advantage of human computation cycles that are going unused in impoverished areas. Now, we all know when we say something like a compute cycle, we all think of a computer running and it calculating something, 2 + 2 = 4, and then doing it really quickly and doing it really well. And computers are fantastic at those kinds of activities. But there's some activities where a human being's still a little bit better. A human being's a little bit better at recognizing a stop sign than a computer is. Because, I mean, if a computer sees a picture of a stop sign and it says stop and it's an octagon and it's red and it's got the right shape and it's hanging on a pole, a computer can see that, can analyze that. But what if the sign's been knocked over? What if the sign says stop but it's actually on a square because somebody didn't have an octagon to paint a stop sign? How would a computer know that it still said stop? Humans are pretty intuitive about figuring that out. So if you say to a human, identify the stop sign in a picture, there's a lot of things that we can figure out that would be difficult to program for a computer. So that's what a human compute cycle is. It's the ability of the human brain to do something. There's an awful lot of human brains that are going underutilized in developing countries. There's a lot that are going underutilized even right here in the United States, in rural towns, in areas where they don't have access to a lot of jobs. So Pula Cloud is about reaching out to eliminate poverty by creating a sustainable situation of employment through partnerships, through working with people so that they can become gainfully employed using those human compute cycles. So what Pula Cloud aims to do is eliminate poverty by solving very complex problems that are best done in partnership between a machine and a person. So we've got teams of people that are working on the machine part. How does the machine break down and solve the problem? And we have crowds of people, or folks that will do the people part. Now what we need is your help to be able to have more clients or more customers for Pula Cloud. And that's what this Pula Cloud competition is all about. We're recruiting folks to be customers. We'd like you to join with us to learn how you can take your complex problem and break it down into something that can be done with human computation and machine computation working together. We hope you'll partner with us.